Right then, you just seen a little time lapse of me taking up some of this tarry stuff, sound end and stuff. That's in preparation for getting the cage mounts welded in. So, massive thank you to Panda Racing. They sent us these brand new cage mounts from Safety Devices in really quick time. We spoke to them not long after the crash at Cadwell, and within a few days they were up with us, so massive thanks to Panda Racing for them. So yeah, these are the cage mounts, as I say, the proper Safety Devices cage mounts. So I had to take up this stuff. Well, I was taking it up anyway, obviously for weight saving, but you need to take it up, so, and then obviously clean up the surface so you've got something to weld to. So I'm just getting these prepared now. So it's the 6 mounts in, because if I remember last time when I built that car, I cleaned up everything, got the mounts in. We had the mounts welded in, and Enzo, our lovely puppy, who is 3 today actually, he ate the memory card, so you didn't actually see any of that footage. So this time hopefully it doesn't eat this card and you can see this. So yeah, mounts mocked up in place. I still need to get the rear half of the cage out of the old car, so front half of the cage is mostly out. I just need to unbolt the rear half of the cage, mock it up in that car, and Mark is coming over to play with the hot metal glue gun and do the weldy. And then up here, obviously once I get the cage mocked up in place, we'll know exactly where these go, because you also need to drill holes like these captive nuts sit inside, and then that obviously gets welded around the outside. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Once the cage is in, I can tidy up the wiring. Still need to take all the, like, this is just ready to come out pretty much. But yeah, once the cage is in, tidy up the wiring, and then get all the interior back in. We also need to do the mounts for the seats. Unfortunately, the seats that we have, the brackets don't quite line up with the original holes that are drilled, so we make our own. So we'll be doing that as well. So yeah, once all that's done, the interior can go back together, and then it's just mechanicals after that, which isn't too bad. I think we're on schedule. You'll find out anyway, but yeah, I think we're on schedule to get all this completed in time. So yeah, there's still some of the tarry stuff, the sand in and stuff, to come up. It's a very time consuming process. Heat up with the heat gun and then using that scraper to scrape it off. This is the tripping over everything. This is everything that I've taken off already. I've just been throwing it all in here. It is literally tar, I think. It's quite hard and crusty. Yeah, there's quite a lot of weight to it as well. I think there's maybe a good 3 or 4 kilos in there. I'm taking a lot more off than what I did with the other car as well, so helps with our weight saving. So I've only got a couple more bits to do. I've got this bit here, there's a bit under all this stuff here, and then there's 2 bits at the front. This bit and this bit, sorry, 3 bits at the front, this bit as well, and then this bit in the middle. So all fun and games, but I think the next thing you'll see is Mark welded in the cage. I've kind of lost track of where we are with videos and what's going where, but yeah, I think the next thing you'll see will be these getting welded in and the cage getting fitted. So there we go, I finally got it on film. It's back half of the roll cage installed, nice and solid. I shouldn't really do that while the car still on axle stands, but yeah, nice and solid, which is good. Emma will be happy. I've painted these this time. I didn't have time with the last build, and yeah, they just kind of didn't look very good, but I've painted the feet this time, so it looks a bit better. Still got to put the dash back in, so I can't put the front half of the roll cage in until the dash is back in, but I think you've actually seen me do that before. It was the back bit you never saw last time, and to be honest, this is the hardest bit anyway. Just getting it all lined up, you've got to kind of like pull these bits into place and like line up the back bits, because the back bits have got very little give, because obviously it's two triangles, there's no give there, whereas these legs, there is a bit of movement in them. But yeah, that's that done. On to the next job, which I don't quite know what it is yet, but yeah, I've sent out the wiring, so I was just waiting for the dash to go back in place, but I did accidentally cut a wire that I shouldn't have, and I don't have my crimp connector saving me today, so I'm also still waiting for the battery. So well, the battery has arrived, it's the bracket for it that we're still waiting on, so kind of leaving the battery wide and loose just in case that does arrive on time for Knock Hill. Yeah, anyway, enough waffling, I will get on to the next job.